Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, on the Bitcoin chart, we're dealing with this move to the upside in a 5-wave pattern. Still, this is the daily chart. We are likely now in this 4th wave, maybe wave 4 already bottomed. But overall, I'm still watching for the possibility of another high in this bull market. Especially as long as we're holding above 43k. But if we dip into the lower support region, which is defined between 49k and 43k, probabilities for a more bearish outcome will of course increase. But for now, we are holding above 2 support levels and not even the first one is broken. The price has indeed even reacted now to the first support area, not giving us a major reaction, but I mean, that's why these support areas are on the chart, because we are typically expecting some kind of a reaction, even if it's just a corrective bounce. Now you can see here that the market has reacted already to the 38.2 retracement at 60,837. Let's talk about the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenarios. When we talk about short-term bullish, the larger degree 4th wave might have bottomed here around the 5th of August, okay? And we could now be in the 5th wave to 90 to 100k. In this scenario, however, which is the white scenario, it can only be confirmed that this larger degree wave 4 bottomed on the 5th of August once we see a 5-wave pattern to the upside complete. Wave 1, wave 2, the 3rd wave should be an ABC structure, then a wave 4, then a wave 5. Yeah? With these 5 waves, we can get the next trade setup, which would be for a wave 2 pullback, and we can actually expect wave 2 support to hold after an initial 5-wave move to the upside. Yeah, but it's only a diagonal pattern that's unfolding here, and therefore it's not clearly directly bullish, it's not clearly confirmed bullish. But we can still watch the current support area here, which is relevant for the white scenario, maybe even trade it, anybody who wants to do it. Okay, that's why the levels are on the chart, to give you some levels to guide you which scenario is currently in control or at least has a chance. For me, I'm definitely going to watch for reactions that the C wave to the upside has started in wave 3. But it's important to watch for the important signals. So I'll tell you on the smaller time frame what my current preference is. Here on the daily chart, I just want to say the bulls need to turn up before breaking below 55,480. Probabilities are very balanced and we are still holding above support. Yeah, but that could take a while until this gets completed. Any break below 55,480 would suggest that the yellow scenario is unfolding, which is the more bearish scenario, as highlighted, yeah, in yellow, can take us into the lower support area. And in this scenario, the next rally could be a wave 2 correction. If that rally stays below the Friday high from the 27th of September at around 66,400, well, that will keep the yellow count alive. So we need to break above that level to invalidate a potential bearish setup. Now I have to say the decline at the moment is not clearly in 5 waves. So I'm not yet clearly favoring the yellow count, but it's important to be prepared for it. I see these both as very relevant scenarios. They are both likely and they are the 2 most likely scenario I picked out of basically an infinity of different potentials, okay? So this is already probabilities boiled down to 2 pathways here, and one of them should be followed. Important though to understand that the probabilities here on the micro level can shift quite quickly depending on which micro pattern the market forms. Here you can see that from this Friday, 27th of September high, this is now the 1-hour chart, the price has only formed a 3-wave move down. 1, 2, 3. We could now be in the 4th wave with one more low in wave 5. Okay, so this is at the moment only a 3-wave move. I think what we see at the moment is at least the C wave in wave 4. That's what we've been watching for. So for example, in yesterday's update, last update for Bitcoin, that was sort of the idea here yesterday, late yesterday. This is our Discord server, yeah. And I highlighted here again, I mentioned that yesterday in several videos as well, but on Discord late in the day, I highlighted that I still like the idea of a wider wave 4 flat correction. So talking about this, yeah, the price was in our wedge pattern down here, and I highlighted that I still like the idea here of this wave C to the upside in a wave 4 before we go down further. At least this is now being followed at the moment. The price is now approaching this previously communicated Fibonacci target area and resistance area for wave C of 4 in a wider flat correction. This doesn't mean the low is in. It's just what cryptos love to do. You know, these people, a lot of people shorted this decline yesterday. So if you look at volume data, you can see that, and exchange data, but that's often when the market goes the other way. And from an Elliott Wave point of view, again, I'm just looking at patterns. From an Elliott Wave point of view, this here was a 3-wave move down, and we didn't really get a decisive breakdown, so it suggested a wider flat correction. But again, probabilities are very dynamic in such a pattern on such a time frame. But good to see that this is now being followed, and 62K is the first, let's say, ideal target here for wave C of 4. Only a break above 63,377 will make me assume that something more directly bullish is unfolding. Then I will probably track first for a large B wave, A, B, C, yeah, or even already the wave 2, but then the wave 1 down is only a 3-wave move, so it's less clearly bearish. And if we break above resistance now, it could indicate that a more substantial low is already in, but I don't expect it until the price breaks above resistance. So until then, but even then, you know, the move down currently looks corrective. It will depend on, if resistance breaks, how does resistance break? And do we get a proper 5-wave move up followed by a 3-wave pullback? Until I see that, I'm still going to watch for lower prices. But I can tell you that above the initial resistance area that you see on the chart, I'm going to track at least for a larger B wave as per the white count, okay? Which would just mean we had, we had 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then a 5-wave move down. As long as we're holding 55,480, we can still overall watch for higher prices. So yeah, that's how I track it, but my preference, I told you, my preference would be a 5-wave move down just because it would provide clarity. So with a 5-wave move down, we should get one more low. Again, I see this here as a flat correction that's unfolding right now in this yellow circle 4. And these are typically followed by one more wave down in wave 5. Then I will watch for a B wave corrective rally in white or a wave 2 corrective rally. And a 5-wave move down would also make me, yeah, pretty much not rule out completely, but would make the blue count pretty much that a low is already in, yeah, would that make less likely. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And yeah, if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Also, don't forget that tomorrow I'm going to send out the weekly MCO newsletter. If you want to receive it with additional crypto updates, market updates, and so on, register for free. You can find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.